to Making Healthier Policies experience. Wow. Wasn't last week a lot of fun? We had our policy party. My hat is still here nearby. I'm not going to wear it today, but wow, what a party. So grateful for each of you that came through. I know I saw Tanya and Cherry and Jamie and so many others. And I'm sure I'm going to forget people, but Nina popped in and Wendy popped in. It was so great to see people. Thank you so much for stopping by. I think I also saw Peggy. Just so many people coming through. And I know it was a rough week for a lot of people. People were really busy. I got tons of notes on the outside saying, wow, I wish I could have been there, or I'm catching stuff on replay. Thank you so much. It's so great. But let's do a recap for those that may not have been there, that want to know exactly what the policy party was about and what did we learn last week. So if you're joining us today, you are a change agent wanting to create healthier policies, maybe personally in your own life, but often in the workplace and even on the Hill. And so we're talking about how to change policy to make people healthier, to go moving toward work-life balance is always our goal. I want to say thank you to Lisa and Margie, who always catch the replay if they can. Appreciate you both. So grateful that you're here. So the best thank you I can get is if you invite people into our group. And I know that Jamie invited several people last week. Thank you so much for your friends. Thank you for those that joined us last week just to come in for the party. And for those that are new, I appreciate you and would love for you to invite other people into our group. We've got amazing people here. Some of them are really busy, so it's hard to catch them. But when you catch them, they're going to be your friends forever because they're going to be able to help you with the policy issues that you care about. So thanks so much for coming in. And we had winners last week in our party, and we can talk about that in a minute, but we gave away some gifts for those who participated and for those who are on live, and I'll be getting out those prizes to people this week. Well, my name is Renee Schulte, and I'm a mental health clinician, and you may be thinking, what are we talking about here? But I am a reformed workaholic, and so I work toward balance, but I am a recovering politician. So I understand policy from all different sides. And so when we talk about policy, we talk about it from being a citizen who wanted to make changes and then making those changes and teaching you how to do exactly the same thing. Like I said, what a party. We finished on Friday. We did our party favors. We went all out. And I'm telling you, we've got some great people starting to join our group. And if you're in the group starting right now, you are in module 0. You have the initial beginnings of our course. A lot of it's video so that you can do it at your own time. And then we have weekly calls that start on April 24th after the doors close. So if you're here today and you want to know more about it, please make sure you talk to us. And I'll be sharing with you the link in a minute. It is makinghealthierpolicies.com, just in case I forget to say it later. But if you're here today, tell us party in the chat. Make sure I know that you're here live. Would love to see you. Some of you may be on Facebook. Some of you may be on LinkedIn. Some of you may be on Instagram. And some of you may be in Facebook. And so welcome, everyone. Welcome. So glad you're here. And so what did we talk about last week? What was the party all about? Not everything went according to plan last week. It never does. In fact, the first day, the tech issues were something special. I think I ended up in Facebook jail twice. And I've never been really in jail before, so I don't even know what we did. But we did something amazing because poof, we're making a difference or we're getting seen or something. Who the heck knows? But that's half the fun, right? Getting involved, digging in deep and figuring out the issues. So I'm just grateful we can come on live because, again, I think I'm still in jail for 25 hours. But hey, I can figure it out a workaround, I guess. So here we are. Yay. But I could not have asked for better people involved. Like I said, lots of great people. And for people who've participated in the Making Healthier policy experience we're going to talk about in a second before, they are now a network of friends that work together and cheer each other on as they make changes and policies that impact them. Some are making changes at the federal level. Some of them are making changes in their state. Some are making changes in their schools. And so we're excited to have each of them involved. And thank you so much for that, because it's been fun to watch them meet each other and learn from each other. So what are we tired? What if you are thinking of something that you're tired of, that you want to fix? Are you in that space? Are you a person that's sitting back waiting for somebody else to come along and do it for you? That you're like, if they could just pass this law, if they could just change this, if they could just fix that, and you're waiting for somebody else? Well, I can tell you, I waited a long time after I got out of the legislature for other people to step up and do it. And I wasn't really impressed with what we were getting. Lots of people pretty partisan and fighting about stuff. And healthcare impacts everyone. Mental health care is healthcare, and those things impact us all. And so there's no reason to be on this side or this side when we're talking about arguing in that space, because it impacts everybody down the middle. So I've worked really hard to bring all kinds of people together. We don't agree on a lot of topics, and that's okay. But we want to improve our healthcare system, especially in the mental health space, and especially in other policies that make the world a healthier place. Are you that person? Do you think there's somebody more qualified than you going to come along to do it? Or are you hoping that the next great politician will figure it out and do it right? Well, it might be you. And here's what I'm going to say about that. Citizens and citizen legislatures make the most impact. And so this may be you. If there is an issue burning that you are really upset about, it may be you. Maybe you need to run for public office. Maybe you need to get involved. Maybe you just need to learn how to advocate. All of those things might be you. So we're going to talk about how do we do that? You're the expert in your story. That's where we start. You know potentially a solution that might even fix what you're dealing with. Now, you may not know all the backstory as to why it is the way it is, and you may not know the challenges facing it if you change it, but you're that expert. And so you want to think about how can we use that to your advantage? The policy party addressed all of this and more. As we left the party, we were talking about what they wanted to fix. Some people were in a personal life plan. We had a personal shoot this time, people talking about work-life balance, wanting to get into better routines morning and night, wanting to make changes in their personal life. And that's amazing. And we had other people talking about wanting to find funding systems for fixing resource centers for kids, and for other people wanting to fix resources in their local community for children with special needs. Also amazing. So who is the Making Healthier Policies experience for? It's for people that need to create a message so that you never leave an important meeting feeling unheard again. That is the worst. We want to make sure that you know, research the ins and the outs of your policy idea, that you've never caught off guard by the opposition again. You want to make sure that you know exactly what it is. You also want to dial in your policy ideas so that you know exactly what to prioritize. So which comes first? Which is that lead domino that if you hit it, everything else falls into place? We work through that. We also learn the language and speak it so that when you're talking to different groups, you know what they care about so that they're going to be on board with you. Not a lot of people think about that. A lot of people think just about, their own language and their own point of view. But I'm telling you, we talk about that in detail. And when I worked on passing mental health, different groups of people cared about different things. Some people wanted property taxes fixed. Some people wanted more access. Other people wanted the county lines to go away. Very, very different, but in one big initiative, we could address all three. And so we made progress because different people got to put their input in. And that's what we're talking about here. Maybe you are at the point where you need a personalized plan. You're like, I'm interested in this one thing. I know what I want, but I just don't know how to get there. This is it. Go to makinghealthierpolicies.com. You go in there and make sure you go see exactly what we're offering. Again, we have video modules that you can walk through at your own pace. We'll have a weekly course where you can come in and meet other amazing people like yourself, people who've been through the program before, and people who are going to continue on. And we want to make sure that you know what is needed to move forward with your idea. Whether that it's the city or it's at the school board or whether it's a workplace, it doesn't make any difference. The foundational principles apply, but you have to know where you're working in order to work smarter and not harder, right? So you've got to understand that. And that's part of what we teach is how do you figure that out? How do you know where the policy lies that needs to get fixed? That's a big piece of it. And then you need to figure out things like who can help me with this, right? Because you can't just go this alone. And we talked about that beforehand, about making a mistake trying to do it all ourselves. And so we give you all those tips and tricks and some of the behind the scenes things that if you're really curious and want to make headway here, that you're going to want to talk about. So think about this. What if you created a healthy work environment at your workplace so that you were stressed out less, so that you'd have and save some of your sick leave? Maybe you save the sick leave for yourself rather than having to use it due to stress issues. What would that cost to you? Maybe you have a great idea, but you don't know who can help you. And maybe you need the right connection, the right person to be able to talk to be able to get your idea move forward. Right? In the state of Iowa, where I am, there's 150 legislators. That's a daunting task to talk to all of them. Even if you just talk to the new ones this year, after a new map this last year that was generated nonpartisanly, we have like a third of all that of those people are brand new. So it's over 50 people brand new. And it's hard to get through 50 people to have conversations and introduce yourself to. What if you could learn exactly who to talk to, who's the key people to talk to, and skip all that rest? Wouldn't that make you work faster and more efficiently and less difficultly? That's what we do here. The skills and the inside secrets in this course are not taught anywhere else. At least I haven't been able to find it. Most people who are effective in policy space go to school for years, or they work in the field for their career, and they get good at it by doing it, right? But I know a better way. I can teach you how. Save all that time and information. I'll save you time going to school. I'll save you time having to focus on it. Because if you don't remember the story, right? I didn't have a background in history or politics or government. I took as little as possible to get out of school. It was not interesting to me. I was from another state where lots of people went to jail in politics. I had no desire. But when I was a mental health professional, things didn't work. And my kids, my people were getting harmed by the stuff that didn't work. So I ran for office and I won, and it was very effective at getting certain things changed by focusing on the right things, building coalitions, and helping move things forward. So I know how to do that for you. And since then, I've worked on the outside as an advocate and as a lobbyist to help people move and craft big things through other initiatives in that space that we worked on the outside. So I know how to do it from lots of different perspectives. And so I can give you those tips and tricks that nobody really talks about. Now, one of the secrets we talk about are the pitfalls, and I'm going to just share a couple today because we always get stuck in a couple places. But sometimes people think that they got their bill drafted or they got their policy kind of written up, and that means it's going to go somewhere. Man, that's just the beginning of the train. And so if you can get it into writing, great, step one. But depending with who and about what, it may go zero nowhere. There's actually what they call kill committees, where if the same three names are at the top, it goes in a drawer, never to see the light of day. We don't want that for you. I don't want that for you. You don't want that for you. And so we want to make sure that what you write lands, that message resonates so that you can make those changes that you want. So if you're listening today and you're catching the replay, I would love to hear from you because this is for you. Once again, you go to makinghealthierpolicies.com. You will have until Sunday night, April 23rd at midnight is the cutoff day. So you have within this week to think about this, and we'd love to have you join us. If you're not sure about details about what's in it, the price, the costs, all those things, makinghealthierpolicies.com gives you all those information. It also is in the guides where you can go to the guides and see exactly what it is that we're talking about and what's available to you. So I want to say thanks so much for being here. Thank you for an awesome party last week. Next time we have a party, I can't wait to see you there.